guys, it's Jessie. So this week we ended up working on the left side of our house, and we also worked on our raised beds. For whatever reason, I thought I was going to be able to save and reuse those beds, at least for like one more season, but that did not end up happening like you've seen in the video. But I got half of the left side of our house done before I ran out of mulch. I actually ended up getting a bunch of free plants, like clematis, peony, irises, hostas, and some sedum from a friend of mine. So that was pretty stinking awesome. I'm so happy about that. And then Francis and I went to visit a farm preserve near where we live, and I got some veggie plants, so we'll be able to use that in our raised bed garden. But there is a bunny living here, and it had little bunnies, and well, we need to make sure to have the raised bed area fenced. So this week you'll get to see us demolish the area, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks you'll be able to see us like slowly start putting in some work to fix up the raised garden bed area. And then towards the end of the video you're going to be able to see we had worked on our, well, my mother-in-law's garden, and it's just kind of a sneak peek of what it looked like before and what it looked like after we planted. And then the video at the end of it is like what it looked like yesterday, and that's from like April to the end of May. It's just wow, like you didn't even notice the impatience in the after planting video, so it was really nice. Here we are working on the left side of our house, and the main battle over here is actually the Four-Clocks, which is right where the hose reel was. They will get so much bigger than that, and while they are pretty with their delicate little flowers, I have like yellow and pink that's planted in this bed already. I am honestly not a huge fan, not because they're not pretty, they are very lush and they go pretty high up and hide like the foundation and all the cracks and everything, but I want this bed to be a variety of flowers and not just one, and the Four-Clocks will outgrow, outshine, and also suffocate the other plants. So we're gonna plant up some salvia, some royal candles, I think they're called. I'll tell you here in the next like little clip what everything exactly is. But some sedum, salvia, dianthus, and I already had a couple of plants planted, and we'll again talk about that once I'm done with the time lapse. Eventually I hope to hide some of this, but I don't want to be too particular because we gotta have access to this area. We've got a beautiful royal candle speedwell. It blooms spring and summer, and it is hardy in my zone, reaching 24 inches tall and 12 inches wide. Got a nice autumn joy sedum. It's gonna bloom summer and fall. Hardy in my area, it's a perennial. It'll be 24 by 24 inch. Then I've got some sort of limelight hydrangea. I don't know what variety. I'm not sure if it's going to be the dwarf one and stay small or if it'll get bigger, but I feel like it'll get bigger. That was my intent. Like most of this bed was supposed to be hydrangeas. My husband wanted like a wall of them. And then I already had planted a salvia, but I want it fairly full of salvia. I'll have to figure out what type or color that one is and match it on the other side. I don't want to be too matchy-matchy, but some areas I might do that. And then I've got two of the same type salvia. It is Salute Pink Salvia. It will bloom spring through fall, so that's gonna be amazing. Couple flushes. Hopefully it'll get 18 inches tall and wide, hardy in my area. It's a perennial. All the things I planted actually are perennial today. I've also got right here a rock violet dianthus blooming in spring. It is going to get 6 inches tall, 12 inches wide, perfect for right in front of the AC unit where it doesn't block it. And then I got that same Limelight hydrangea, whatever variety it is. It's the same as the one to the right of the AC. And I've got more salvia here. I don't know exactly what happened. That might even be like a daisy, possibly. Some 4 o'clocks trying to bloom up in here. Astable, my rose of some variety, and I believe that is a black-eyed Susan. Here's just a little quick pan of what the area looks like right now. Just need to get mulch and work on that little corner area near the garage, but it looks good so far. Inside of each of these bushes was a tree growing out of it, and it actually disfigured the bushes and kind of choked out some of the growth. As you can see with the lilac, that's the bush that, I mean, it looks dead. At the base of it, there's a couple of lilac leaves growing up, but it just needs to be trimmed down and allowed to start over, if not maybe completely taken out. So, I mean, just look at this Rose of Sharon and that massive tree right in the center of it at its base. And you can see I actually missed a small tree. Oops. So here is our greenhouse area. There's actually raised beds under all that. You'll see after we mow. Yes, we mowed the raised bed. Now you see it. Like, there's a raised bed there. There's actually 3 of them. So for whatever reason, we thought we were gonna maybe save them and use them for the season. Not knowing like the condition of them at all. We really thought we were gonna be able to like reuse that dirt. No, the grass had taken over, and there's not really that much dirt, but there's a whole lot of roots. So at this point we're like, yeah, we're just gonna rip it up, like just take it out. And so we took all 3 of them out, threw them on our little burn area. The beds needed to be reconfigured anyway. I want them to be butted up against the garage and put rock down, just so we don't have to like weed that area. The spacing between the garage and the raised beds wasn't enough for that. As you can see, the raised beds were rotting and they would need replaced anyway. It just ended up happening sooner. It probably would have lasted us this season, but it's all right. We can start over. Now we're looking at all the free plants that I got from my best friend. Irises, sedum. I already planted the hosta, the clematis that's up against the bricks there, and then the peony that I got. Here is the before of my mother-in-law's garden, and you can just see it's a bit overgrown. There's not a whole lot of plants already there. And this is the after, where we added a bunch of things in here, like the clematis, but I don't really show it in the video, unfortunately. I should have, because it's grown also quite a bit. But look at those impatiens. The spirea and the euonymus was already there. And then you have more impatiens peppered in here, along with the coleus towards the back by the brick. A bunch of varieties of hostas, the peony. And then just on the other side of this iris is some petunias, which one isn't doing so well because of the gutter system and rain. This section though, with the corabelles, impatiens, coleus, hostas, like this specific part is amazing and I love it so much. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye!